Oh my god, it disappeared. What? Where did it go? Where did it go?
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
Santalar. Oh my goodness. Santalar. Santalar? Ooh. Get off my junk, sir. Oh my god, this is great. Oh boy. looks like we're having some issues, folks.
Oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing today? Welcome back to another episode of the Game Doc Plays in the Game Lab. God, I hope the holidays were absolutely wonderful for all of you. It was definitely a great time for me. Good time to be back with friends and family. Just enjoy a couple of weeks away from work, which is always a blessing in disguise. Not that I don't love what I do. I love what I do. But even then, like, it's still good to take time for yourself. Time to just relax, decompress, and hang out with those that you love. So I hope the same for you all. I hope that you all had a very restful and relaxing holiday break, wherever you may be, that you spent that time with your loved ones and with your family, and if not, at the very least in spirit. And welcome to 2023, the first episode of 2023. Super excited for our game today, Valhiem. I heard about this game. I've heard some really great things about this game. But when I originally looked at it, I was like, it kind of looks like, Minecraft, like Viking Minecraft, I think is what I originally called it. So I kind of threw it off and I was like, not really my thing. Not to say I definitely had my Minecraft days. God, I put so many hours into that game. Back before it even had a creative mode. That's right, when all you could do was play survival in that game. Loved it. But I kind of burned myself out on it. Although my children love it to this day, they still play it. But yeah, I was like, okay, looks like another Minecraft clone. I'm good. I don't need to do that. Well, a couple of weeks ago, one of my friends, we were just kind of chatting over the break. It was like, hey, you should start playing Valhiem. Like, why? Oh, it's such a good game. You gotta play it. I was like, all right. Booted it up, downloaded it. It's maybe like $13-14 on Steam right now. And got into it. And yeah, at first it started looking like a Minecraft clone, but the more that I got into it, the more that I got addicted. This thing is a phenomenal game. Absolutely worth every single penny. The world is vast, and we're going to check it out with our first Valhiem playthrough. Super excited to get into this game. Really looking forward to seeing where it leads us. So we got that coming up. We will finish our playthrough of Dream Daddy, which I'm really excited to finish up as well. And then we will also be doing, let's see here, later on the week we'll be digging into Chernobylite, which is this fantastic little story-driven shooter game, which I'm excited to play. And we have Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is now on PC, and I'm super excited to check that game out as well. Loved the Amazing Spider-Man PC port. Thought they did a phenomenal job. And I've heard Miles Morales is as good, if not a better game than that. High bar. High bar. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Might have to adjust the settings. We'll see. So this is the character I got going right now. But what we're actually going to do is start a brand new character. So let's see here. Oh, yes, beard. Gotta get the beard. I am a fan of beards. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's not too bad. That's very Viking-like, right? Like the braids down there. That's kind of cool. Well, not too bad. Hey, Ziota, how you doing, my friend? Good to see ya. How's life been treating ya? How was your New Year? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. There's so many options, chat. I don't know what to do. All the beards. So many. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I love it. I love it. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I kind of like that. What colors do we have? Blondness? Oh, wow. We do like a full-on white beard. I am Whitebeard, the Viking. I kind of like that. You know, that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. A super amazing streamer made this. He's the best. Well, sounds like a pretty awesome person. I'm glad you like it though. It's so cute. I love it. I absolutely love it.
What's up, Doc?
Hey, Hammer Time. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you, bud. How was your holiday? You might want to bump this up a little bit though. Alright. Should we do, like, the Viking braids? I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. Good, good. Yeah, it was phenomenal. Really enjoyed the time with friends. Unfortunately, we had a... what the flip is that? Afro Viking? I love it. I love it. We had a blizzard roll through here, like right around Christmas time, so it kind of spoiled our plans. That's okay. We adjusted. We adjusted. We ended up having a nice, calm Christmas at home. Just made some hot chocolate. Watched a whole bunch of Christmas movies, including the best Christmas movie ever, Die Hard. And then the second best Christmas movie ever, Die Hard 2. And then the third best Christmas movie ever, Home Alone. So yeah, it was a good time. It was a really, really good time. Yeah, Die Hard. Oh my god, yes. We are always going back to Nakatomi Plaza. Such a good film. Such a very good film. Ooh, I like those. I like that a lot. Yeah, let's do it. The Viking duck. All right, there's our guy. We'll start. We're gonna start a new world. We're gonna call it. What do we call it, chat? What do you want to call it? Nakatomi Plaza. Now I know what a TV. There's so many awesome quotes in that movie. Come on by, we'll have a few laughs. Oh gosh. I'm gonna call it Hammer. Done. Start. Just for Mikey's Christmas Carol for the... Oh, Mickey's Christmas Carol. Mickey's Christmas Carol is pretty good. I actually love the Disney adaptations of Charles Dickens. There's some pretty solid ones out there. Not bad at all. I do love the Santa Claus. Lots of good one. Yeah, Santa Claus is pretty good. I am definitely a fan of Tim Allen for sure. Most of the Santa Clauses, although they just came out with a new one too, didn't they? That I have not seen. Is that the Santa Clauses? Like plural or something like that? Long ago, the Allfather Odin united the worlds. He threw down his foes and cast them into the 10th world, then split the bows that held their prison to the world tree and left it drift unanchored, a place of exile. For centuries, the world slumbered uneasily, but it did not die. As glacial ages passed, kingdoms rose and fell out of sight of the gods. When Odin heard his enemies were growing once again in strength, he looked to Midgard and sent his Valkyries to scour the battlefields for the greatest of the warriors. Dead to the world, they would be born again. In Valhiem! Yeah, it looks meh. Didn't grow up with a lot of Christmas movies, not my family's thing. Feel super bad for the island on Misfit Toys. I know! Oh my god. Talk about another great movie. But yes, I definitely have the field for the toys on the Isle of Misfit Toys. What is this dude? Mr. Crowman, look at this. Is this a Valkyrie? Not a gross looking Valkyrie. For sure. You wanted to dump them all? Dude, I think everybody wanted to be a dentist after they saw that show. I definitely wanted to be. I didn't even know what a dentist was. Okay, that's not entirely true, but yeah. Ecthir. Oh, wow. We're, like, super close to Ecthir. So as I was saying earlier... Ugin! I am Ugin, sent here to guide you in your travels. The megaliths surrounding you are sacrificial stones. They represent the Forsaken, which you must slay in order to ascend to Valheim. Or to Valhalla, excuse me. So I've played maybe about... God, I want to say like 8 or 10 hours in this game already. Have not gotten very far. I was just checking it out to see if it was something that I'd be okay streaming. I originally thought that it was just like a Minecraft knockoff. And there's certainly elements of that. There is a building factor to it, but it's also heavily story driven too, which I love. You play this guy who was sent to Valheim by Odin in order to sort of quell the darkness in this land. And so you have Hugin right here, who works as our little, you know that little clip, paper clip that used to pop up in Windows and give you all these little helpful hints? Hugin is our paper clip. He kind of tells us what to do, gives us different information about the world, how to advance, that sort of thing. If inspected closer, this one will reveal the summoning place of Icthir, your first prey. He is a mighty beast, so you need to properly arm yourself before attempting to defeat him. So there's different sort of bosses that you can defeat, and each one is in a different like biome throughout the world. So Clippy, yes, Clippy. I love Clippy. Clippy was my favorite. All right, cool. So let's see where we're at. So Meadows, if you've played, oh my goodness, Subnautica, the biomes work somewhat similar to Subnautica. So you get dropped off in kind of this safe shallows area in Subnautica. That's the meadows here. So the meadows is kind of our like safe little starting point. The enemies are relatively low level. There's an abundance of materials and resources. But yeah, look at this world. I love how beautiful it is, too. There's Yggdrasil right up there. All of the worlds are based on seeds, so they're randomly generated. All worlds will have the different biomes, but where those biomes are, the type of creatures that some of the creatures that populate the world are random. So each world is a different experience. So you're gonna have a relatively easy time in one world, and then the next worlds could be extremely difficult depending on where your placement is, where resources are, and how far you are from specific biomes. So I'm just gonna pick a direction and start running. So one of the things we're looking for right now, two things actually. I'm looking for water. We're a Viking, and if you know anything about Vikings, they are a seafaring people. And a lot of this game is about just exploring the various areas via the ocean. And then I'm also just sort of grabbing resources on the way. Oh, check that out. The neat little area. I don't think I've seen something like this before, like this giant ravine. Oh no! Turn it up a little bit. If you know anything about Vikings, they drink water. This is true. This is true. Very important Viking lore right there. Hey, Brawlin, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you, bud. What you been up to? How was your holiday?
What's up, Doc?
Hey, brown-eyed loner. Hey, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up? Happy New Year, indeed. 1,000% to support this. It's phenomenal. I love it. Ugin. Most items must be crafted. However, due to your recent departure from Midgard, you'll have to recall the true shape of objects. Just pick things up and it will come back to you, I'm sure. My lesser brother Munin tells me one can fashion a stone axe out of wood and stone. So stone axe is one of the earliest tools that you could craft. We will be crafting the stone axe here. I'm just looking for this, the ocean. Yeah, back off, Ugin. Hugin's a bit of a stalker. He will follow you around the map. Oh, this is not bad. So we found the ocean, which is this thing right here. It's like if you've ever seen like a puddle of water, the ocean is like a puddle of water, but much bigger. So yeah. Okay. So this is not a bad area right here. It looks like we're kind of in a bay. This might just be a giant lake. So now one of the things I'm looking for is kind of a little open area where we can start building. Uh-oh. You being attacked? No. It's a neat little area here. Got little villager huts. Ooh, what's that over there? Looks like we got a couple of buildings we can check out. So buildings can occasionally have resources in them. They'll have like chests, or what you really want to find early in the game, something that's really helpful is honey. Honeybees. Great starting resource. Fun fact is that honey does not actually have an expiration date. They actually found, when digging through the tombs in Egypt, found old petrified honey. And they were actually able to melt that honey down and purify it and eat it. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Honey is a fantastic source of calories and nutrients, and it lasts forever. It also has various medicinal properties as well. Talk about a superfood. Okay. What do we got here? Anything? Anything? No. So unfortunately, most of these buildings have been empty, which is okay. All right. I like this. I like this. Decent open area. We got some stone. We got access to trees. We got this cool little bay area too, which we do have storms. So it's nice to have a little bit of sort of a sheltered area from the storms, especially when you start building ships. We got some enemies over there, some necks, but that's not too bad. This is a cool little area. I think this is a decent place to start. So now we're going to press tab, and tab opens up our crafting menu. And so you'll see a couple of things here. You'll see our inventory up here on top. You'll see our quick keys, 1 through 8. So we already start out with a torch, and we start out with a rag tunic. Not much. Not much. So a lot of this game is about collecting resources, building different things to help you advance to the next level of the game. So one of the things we want to craft, 2 things is we want to craft is the hammer. We'll go ahead and get that now. And we want to craft the stone axe. Stone axe is kind of a multi-use tool. Can be used for chopping down trees. It's also really good for just defending yourself. Very, very good starting weapon. So we need 5 wood, 4 stone. We have 1 wood, so we need wood and stone. Wood and stone. But yeah, I love how this game looks. Such a beautiful game. Alright, so we're just gonna walk around, pick up some stone. And then once we get ourselves settled a little bit, then we can go out exploring and check out this little world that we're in. So some of you might be old enough to know the Minecraft punching the tree meme. Doesn't work here. But it works on the smaller trees. This is kind of one of the most inefficient ways to collect wood. Sometimes it's easier just to run around and pick up branches. Which is what I like doing. I'm gonna turn it up just a tad. It's a bit low. There you go. That should be good enough. A little too quiet, let me know and I can bump it up just a tad. I should have did a sound test before this. Unfortunately, I didn't. Yeah, the music is extremely peaceful in this game. I love it. Very chill. Alright, what do we need? Oh, perfect. Stone axe. Craft. And there we go. We got a stone axe. Ah, I have axe. Now, one of the things that does sort of vary from sort of the other Minecraft ports is this also has a skill system. For any of you who have played like Oblivion or any of the Elder Scrolls type games, one of the key components of Elder Scrolls is as you use a particular skill, you gain experience of that skill. So one of the fun ways to cheese Oblivion is to put on some heavy armor, go to like a river or something, aggro like a rat, have the rat attack you while swimming, and basically like set your controller, put some weight on the controller so you're always constantly swimming forward. And then you can walk away for like 3 hours and then come back and you have maxed out heavy armor, maxed out athletics, maxed out swimming, and maxed out like fortitude or something like that, right? I suppose you might be able to do that here, technically. But anyways, as you use particular skills, you will gain experience in them and slowly advance in those skills. So here we've got jumping, we've got clubs, blocking, swords, so on and so forth. Fists, so if you punch something, running, swimming, and there's more that'll advance as we get into the game. Here, in the Valhiem Compendium, this is kind of like your logbook. It gives you information on everything that you're doing, different, like helpful things, like what you did. You are wet. You are exposed. Oh my. You are sheltered, so on and so forth, right? Then you have trophies, which we don't have anything because we're a scrub. And you can enable friendly fire. There is a co-op option in this. I actually play with 3 other friends on a different server. It does have server support, so you can set up your own server too, if that's something that you're interested in. I think it can support up to, I'm gonna say 8 people. It might be 10. So, highly recommend playing with friends. A lot of fun. All right. So let's get into some fun deforestation. Timber! So one of the cool thing about the trees that I really, really like, and also completely screwed me over a couple of times, is when trees fall, they fall down. They fall down and they hurt. I have killed myself with a tree falling on me before. They also damage other objects in the area. So if you have a tree that falls on another tree, for example, it can also damage that tree. So you can get this sort of like cascade effect where you fell one tree and that tree falls into another one, and then that one falls into another one, and pretty soon it's a shit show and everybody's yelling and screaming. There's like blood and guts and yeah. It can escalate real quick. 0 to 100 real quick. Oh my god, am I not hitting this log? Come on, dude. Hit the log. There we go. Only took 42 tries. So what I've tried to do is just get to a stack of 50 wood, giggity, so that we can start building a pretty substantive house. I am not going to build anything like so fancy and majestic, just because this is kind of our first house and we haven't really done any exploring. So I just want kind of a simple sort of base from which we can, oh my god, where's it going to go? Which we can start just kind of pushing out a little bit more. One thing it does kind of borrow from Minecraft as well is there is a day and nighttime system. There's also weather effects, which can affect crop growth. It can affect monster spawn rates. So monsters do spawn during the nighttime, which is not so bad in the meadows, which is where we're at, which is kind of the starting area. But once you kind of push out into some of the more dangerous biomes, like the swamp, nighttime can be a very sketchy time to do anything. I highly don't recommend it at all, ever. But there are certain monsters that do have a higher chance of spawning in nighttime. So if you're looking for like specific materials like chains, specters usually spawn in the swamp at nighttime. And they're a really good source of particular materials. What do you want, Ugin? A tasty morsel. If you have found a snack, consume it to improve your health and stamina. Be aware that before long you will grow hungry again. So there is, what it's essentially telling us here is that there is a hunger system. So if you notice down here, we've got a couple of things. You've got this little fork here, which shows the number of food buffs that we have. And then you have this little knot here, this Celtic knot, which shows us our health. So right now our health is at 18. It's not a lot. Not a lot at all. But as we eat, you'll see a little strawberry pop up with 10 minutes. And you'll notice that that gave us a little bit of health. It also gave us some stamina. So a lot of this game also involves eating specific foods to get specific buffs. So if any of you are like WoW players, play a lot of WoW or have played WoW in the past, these kind of function as flasks. So if you drink a flask, it'll give you a power-up, a certain power-up for a certain period of time. In this case, the strawberry gives us 10 minutes of 7 health and 20 stamina. And you can mix and mash for different effects. If you want a little bit more health, you can eat some health-heavy foods. If you want a little bit more stamina, that's usually like vegetables, strawberries, raspberries, that sort of thing. Becomes very important as you advance. And also, as I mentioned, there are weather effects. So as it gets nighttime, you'll notice that I have a little cold debuff. I wish I could show you, but it's like right here. So if you're cold, if you're wet, if you're like poisoned, like there's different things that can affect your stamina regen, which can be deadly if you're not careful. For example, if you're caught out in the open and you're cold and you're wet and you're trying to run away from like 6 different guides that are all chasing you, you're probably gonna die. There's a pretty good chance that you're gonna die. So you never want to be caught out without being prepared. This is very much a survival game. Alright, so we got some wood. We've got our little hammer. Let's get to building. So I'm just going to look for a spot that's sort of relatively flat. Here's kind of a decent area right here. And then the first thing we need to do is craft a crafting table. Woo! Boom. And you'll notice that once we have a crafting table, different things that we can build with it start popping up on screen. So we got wood walls, roofs, doorways, that sort of thing. It's going to start out relatively minimal. But once you advance in the game and start acquiring new materials, this list grows until like this entire page is going to be filled with stuff that you can craft. We're going to craft a pretty basic shelter, like literally 4 walls, a door, a roof, and a bed. But once you get further in the game, you can build like massive, massive mansions, which is a lot of fun. That's one of the things that I really enjoy, especially like Sims. If you ever played Sims before, one of the things that I've really enjoyed out of the Sims game is just building the house. I give a crap about the Sims themselves. Don't really care about them. I just want to build the house. So you can definitely go in deep with this as well, if you want to. It's got a pretty awesome build system. We're just gonna put down some basic blocks here. Oh, I screwed that up. So it does have a snap function, similar to like Fallout 4, where items will just kind of snap to each other. You can sort of cheat the snap system as well if it doesn't quite align the way that you want it to, which this one's being a butt. Come on, dude. Really? It also doesn't help that I can't see! Here, let's, E. Oh, crafting station needs a roof. Damn it! Damn it! Okay. We're gonna see if we can cheese it here. Aha! Let's see if it recognizes that. Oh no, it doesn't. Damn. I was hoping to, Here, I bet what we can do is do... Actually, we want this, I think. Now, it does have another physics system that it employs when you're building, too. So certain... well, this doesn't quite look amazing. If I continue to build this out with very little support, it will eventually collapse. I'm just gonna put this here, destroy this. Oh, come on, destroy that. Whee! There's something just incredibly therapeutic about this building. What do I want? 45-degree angles. Oh no, we got one of our first little enemies of the game, and I screwed that up because I was trying to bring out my torch. Haha! Die! So these are graylings. Kind of like little goblin dudes that come out of the forest and periodically attack you. They do give you little items. You can see we've got some resin here. They're a pretty decent source of resin, which is another crafting material that can be used to create various things throughout the game, usually related to fire. But they can also drop wood and stone. As you notice, we run out of wood pretty quick. So the early game, a lot of the early game is just spent chopping down wood. Chopping down wood, gathering stone to a lesser extent. Mostly wood. You can go up here, chop down this beach. Aha! Nice. So it ended up knocking down a couple of little saplings as well. So some of you may be looking at this and thinking, "Hey, Doc, do you support deforestation?" I do not. We will probably clear cut this area pretty quickly, because like I said, wood goes quick. But later on the game, you can actually replant as well, once you build a cultivator, which is helpful for more sustainable forestry practices. And later on, once we get a little bit further in this game, I can actually log off this world and show you the world that I started, just so you can kind of see what a slightly more advanced kind of homestead area looks like. By the way, if you've noticed, our stone axe broke. There is a weapon durability system in this as well. You can increase the durability of your tools using the upgrade function, so it'll actually tell you, hey, you can use stone to upgrade the stone axe, which we probably will do. Same thing for the hammer, you can use wood and stone. As you get more advanced weapons need more advanced materials to upgrade. Now the benefit of the upgrading them, at least for the tools, is that it will increase the durability on the tools, so you can use them for longer, and you're not having to constantly run back to your bench and repair them. Come on, Ugin. Get off my junk, dude. Alright, what do you want? You have crafted a hammer. With this tool, you will raise mighty halls and towering fortifications. Start by building a workbench. We already did this. This turn will enable you to construct other things. So workbench is kind of like your primary work area, especially at the beginning of the game. As you advance, there's going to be different work tables, different types of work tables that you can create to create different items. I'm not going to get into that. We'll just focus on using our workstation to the best of our abilities. And as we continue, I can show you the different areas. Oh, come on, dude. Now notice as we hit this gray thing with our weapon, our axe skill will go up. So again, same thing with like the Oblivion system, is as you use different items, as your skills go up, you get better using those particular items. You have built a workbench. Oh, really? Thank you, Captain Obvious. Is that what this is? I couldn't tell, because, you know, it just says workbench right on it. Go away. The other thing I really like about this is it does have a pretty interesting combat system as well. So, like I said, this axe doubles as both a tool and a weapon. So it has different skills that are attached to it. There's the normal swing, which is this right here. There's a combo swing. So it's basically him just like slashing twice, right? And then there's also the sort of special ability, which is this. Slower, but does more damage. Other thing is there is also a block function. So if I right click here, you can see it block, right? And there's a dodge roll. So these guys are kind of like little peons. We're not going to use, like, there's really no need to use these skills on them. But when you sort of advance in the game and start fighting more difficult foes, then you can, like, think of it like Elden Ring. You will be dodge rolling, you will be blocking, you have to, it's part of your survival. There is also a parry system as well, and different items or different weapons have different parry values. So if you time it right, and you block at just the exact moment that they're making a connection, you will parry them, which will stagger them, and they'll like flail their arms, and they'll emote, and there'll be like this really loud pinging sound so that you know that you parried them, and that'll give you the time to actually like go in and like slash them and usually finish them off or get them pretty close to dead. So once we get into some more advanced enemies, you'll see me show the parry system. But right now, let's just focus on building out this farm area a little bit. So let's see here. Build here. Every good house needs a door. Come on, dude. Help me out here. There we go. that. Wood wall. Same here. We'll build a little wood wall here. There. There. How much wood do we have left? We have 22 wood. All right, we're good. Let's quickie. Let's open the door. And then we're going to add some decoration to it. We're going to add a little bit of a wood cross right there. A wood cross right there. There you go. There's our little house. Not bad, huh? Check that out. Like I said, this is kind of simple right now. As we advance in the game, as we get more materials, different types of wood, you'll be able to like build this out even more. And like you can go on YouTube and check out some people's places. They're like massive mansions. And then we'll get there eventually. This is just, like I said, just a little starting hovel so we can have like a base of operations as we explore our little area here. So I'm actually going to deconstruct this, and I'm going to kind of build it so that it's a little bit out of the way here, so we're not running into it every single time we try to go into our house. So there's that. So we've got some furniture here. We can start building a bed. Build a bed right here. Boom. We got ourselves a bed, a bench, and of course, no crafting game would be complete without some chests for you to store your stuff in, right? I'm gonna build a couple of chests here that we can start. Oh, I'm missing some wood. Okay, we'll build one chest here so we can start dropping our stuff in. So I'm gonna put the resin in. I'm gonna keep the berries since it's our only food here. And there we go. It's our little hovel. Not a bad start. Not a bad start. A headrest for the weary. Sleep the night away in your bed and awaken feeling refreshed and full of energy. Another improvement to your home would be some chests. Got it. Where you can store items. It's good practice to always have spare equipment. Which actually brings up a pretty decent other point. So similar to Minecraft, your bed kind of works as your main spawn point. You can build multiple beds, and the last bed that you use will be your main spawn point for that area. So it's not uncommon to have different bases throughout the world, because the world is huge. Actually, let's check that out. So you'll see us right here. We're denoted by the little arrow, and then you can see the bed, which is our main spawn point right now. This little sort of rune area here is where we spawned in. Ichthir is our first boss. That is what we checked out. I think that was the first thing we checked out or found with the little rune thing here. And if we scroll out, this is the world. This little tiny dot is where we are. All of this right here is explorable. The world is massive. It is huge. Absolutely huge. I've spent maybe about 8 to 10 hours in my last world. Maybe about 1% of the map is what I've explored. It is massive. And so, it is not uncommon to have like multiple bases throughout the different biomes. In fact, I'd recommend it because it's huge. 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 Small fish, big pond. Exactly. Yeah. It is so flippin' big. And like one of the most fun things about this game that I enjoy is just going out and exploring. So that's going to be our next sort of goal, is to build a ship. Because Viking, every good Viking, needs a ship. Alright, so we got a little hovel hole. We got a bed. Next thing we need, man needs fire. Fire! So we need some stone, we need some wood. So let's go find some wood. Exit 3. Aha. Now, another thing to point out too, as we're gathering here, and I think I've mentioned this before, is that there are actually different types of wood as well, and it depends on the type of tree that you're chopping down. So here we've got just wood, basic wood, good strong wood to build with. This is like the most basic starting wood material. And you can build a lot of things with it. Eventually, you're gonna find different trees that produce things like core wood or fine wood, which will allow you to create more advanced furniture. And you'll notice the game periodically stutters too. It's just saving the world. All right. Boom. Come on. I suppose it would help if I actually had my food buffs. Managing your food buffs, which I am terrible at, is a very important aspect of this game. So there are a lot of different guides that are available online for this game if you ever find yourself in a place where you're like, I don't know what to do. There are plenty of resources out there for it, although I'd argue that they do a very good job of... Thank you, honey. Very good job of kind of showing you where to go next. By the way, my daughter's here. It's a... Aw, thank you, honey. It's an inclement weather day. We're supposed to get a really, really bad ice storm followed by snow, so they canceled schools, which is why I was late today, because I was doing dad stuff. But what do we got here? Come on. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. What do we got here? What did you color? Oh, can you see that?
Stop it. Daddy.
Oh, Daddy, you don't want to show people this? What is it?
That rabbit just got...
Oh, the rabbit got beat up. The rabbit got beat up. It's got a little bandage on its head. I like it. Why has he got to be so sad, though? Where's the doctor? Am I the doctor?
He's not here.
Oh, the doctor's not here yet? Am I the doctor?
Daddy.
No, I can't be a doctor. Daddy can't be doctor.
Daddy.
Yeah, honey. I know, those are my pens. It's always important to have good pens. Have a writing utensil on available. Why am I what? Why do I have... Oh, this is my work outfit. This is what I wear when I go to work. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There's the collapse I was talking about. So that tree hit that tree and caused them both to fall down. Which, if you're really good, you can basically take down an entire forest just by hitting like 2 trees. I'm not there yet. Bunny needs a snack ASAP. I agree. It's important for bunnies to be well fed. So stamina regen, especially earlier in the game, is very slow. I don't know if you've noticed that. But I run out pretty quickly. And I have to like stop periodically to make sure that my stamina gets back up before I can continue to hit things. Later on in the game, you'll unlock the ability to craft potions. It's mead. You get to craft mead, but the mead serves as sort of like a base for different potions. So we'll actually be able to craft potions to help with our stamina eventually. It'll take a little bit for that to happen. Alright, so we got some stone. I'm actually kind of pulling double duty here too. I'm sort of clearing out the area around our cabin to give us room to build out while collecting resources as well. Hey kiddo, what's up? Okay. So, one of the things that my daughter got from Santa this year, yes, we lie to our kids about Santa, don't judge me, is a makeup set. So she's been, ever since she hit like 4 or 5, she's been rating my partner's makeup, which my partner buys a lot of Sephora stuff. I don't know if y'all, for those of you who don't know what Sephora is, it's kind of expensive. And of course, you know, you have a 4-year-old that's basically like drawing on her face, and yeah. So this year we kind of talked to each other and got together, put our heads together, and we're like, hey, we should get her a makeup set. Her favorite thing that she got in Christmas was that makeup set. She absolutely loves it. And so every single day, she wants us to do her makeup before she goes to bed. Like, my daughter is very particular about her schedule. She's also ADHD. For those of you who are neurodivergent, or excuse me, for those of you who are neurotypical, one of the ways that neurodivergent people sort of manage their worlds, and when I say neurodivergent, I mean like those diagnosed with ADHD, ASD, structure is very important. It's one of the ways that we can kind of control the chaos. And so one of the things that she's very particular about is her nightly structure. Yeah, honey. Can you watch my phone? My phone is dead. You killed it. You killed it with fire. Silly daddy. But yeah, it's dead, honey. But you can go watch the TV. You want to go chill out on the couch? Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm not lying. It's dead. You killed it. Stop being a tricker? I can't help it. I'm a dad. It kind of comes with the territory. Okay. All right. All right. I don't know if you can hear her. I'm getting lectured by my daughter right now. Daddy's a trickster. He's got terrible jokes. Yes, honey. Okay. Sounds good. But anyways, she's very particular about her nightly routine, which now includes getting makeup on and then washing it off. Other things that we got, my son got a full AT-AT Walker Lego set, which was so much fun to put together. He and I spent, I think, like 7 hours on Christmas Day putting that thing together, and it looks sweet. One of the things I love about my son is he's also a Star Wars nerd, so we can, like, nerd out about Star Wars, which is great. It was fun, like, spending some time with him just building that thing, too. Let's see here. What are we doing? We are building fire! Haha, we have fire. look at that. So, thing about fire is it also needs wood to burn. And notice that it also generates smoke. So if I built this fire indoors, actually I could probably show you that. I'm gonna gather up my wood. I'm gonna build this thing indoors so I can show you what happens. So we're gonna build this indoors. So fire generates smoke, right? Smoke goes up. And if you notice, it starts collecting at the top of the shelter. Not that bad right now, but eventually this entire room will be full of smoke. And there's this little thing called carbon monoxide poisoning. You can get harmed, and you will die if you stay in here without properly ventilating your fire. So there's a couple of things that we can do. If we want to keep this fire here, what we can do is we can build a fireplace. Go figure, right? And a chimney for the smoke to kind of go out. So one of the things I can do here is just destroy this little panel here, and then just make like a little square shape sort of thing for the smoke to go out. Or if I don't want to waste those materials or use those materials, what I can do is simply build it outside. Now, the drawback for building it outside is that there are weather effects. It does rain. Fire does not work in rain. Pro tip. If you plan on going camping and you're trying to build a fire place in the rain, probably will not work. You know, science. Science! So this will probably work for now. But eventually I might want to take the time to just build a fireplace over here. Which, let's see here, what do we have for resources? I kind of want to build myself back up to a 50 stack of wood, a full stack of wood. So I'm going to kind of pop this in here. Sure it does, just need diesel fuel to help it along. Ah! Oh God. So for those of you who've known me for a decent bit, I come from a kind of a little rural area. Both my dad was a factory worker, a lot of farmers in my family, in southern Minnesota. And one of the things about small towns, love small towns, it was fantastic growing up in it. There's not a whole lot to do in small towns. Especially when you're, you know, a young, impressionable teenager. You can drink, which there were plenty of people that did that. I was never much of a drinker myself, but sometimes it's just cool to go out to a party and hang out with other people. But one thing about young, impressionable teenagers, alcohol, and minimal adult supervision, you can kind of see where this is going, is you get up to all sorts of different shenanigans. Surprise. So one day, at band camp, my two cousins and I were kind of out in the middle of the woods because we thought it would be a good idea to just sort of, you know, camp on a weekend. I think it was a Saturday. Build a fire, just hang out. So in order to help us start a fire, because we didn't know any better, we took a just like a little gas can full of gasoline, and we got the fire started. And we were having a good old time, and my cousin Evan was having a little bit too much fun. And he thought it would be a good idea to pour gasoline on the fire. Can anybody guess how that went? Any guesses? Anyone? Derek and I were in the middle of a conversation, and all of a sudden there's just this fireball and a whoosh, and we were like, what the f. Evan's like on the ground somewhere. Derek and I just like duck for cover. Yeah. We didn't do that again. Good times. Good times. I don't know. Any of y'all have some good stories like that, chat? Any of y'all get up to some crazy crap when you were kids? I know I did. I was ADHD in a small town, and I got into all sorts of different issues. What are you gonna do, I guess? How much wood do we got? We got 49. That should be enough. Let's go ahead and build the thing that we're gonna build, and then we can go out and start exploring. I'm gonna go in here. We're gonna break this. So now we got a little space outside. Then I'm going to build this. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Oh my god, I'm on fire. Stop, drop, and roll. Whee! Build that. It's not gonna look great. I don't want to spend the time to make it look all pretty. Nor does it necessarily need to be. Had a bonfire with a mattress and couches in a teepee shape. Placed cups filled with gas. As the plastic cups melted, the fire got bigger. It was 4 p.m. and pitch black outside. Oh my god, dude. Oh, that sounds insane. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well. I was gonna try to make it prettier than that, but that'll work. That'll work. Alright, so we're gonna grab this, and then we're gonna place it right here where our fire chimney is, and look at that. Now, no smoke, and you'll notice that it rises directly out of the building, and you can actually see it. There you go. So it's ugly, but it's functional. It works. And so you actually see it if on your top right-hand side, you'll see we have a comfort level. You'll see that we're in shelter. You'll see that we have a fire buff, and you'll see rested. So rested is a buff to our stamina, and as we advance our comfort level, the longer that buff will actually be. So it'll actually take us longer. We'll have more stamina to work with. So very important, especially later on in the levels of the game, when stamina becomes extremely, extremely important. Fire helps us when we're cold and when we're wet. It will actually accelerate the wet debuff. So it has that function as well. The shelter which is this right here, just is a signification, or is a signifier that we have an enclosed space. And our comfort level factors into how long our rested buff is. So right now we've got an 11 minute buff, comfort level 4. As we put more stuff in this, as we get a better bed, we can raise that comfort level up so that we're getting close to a 20-minute rested buff, which is very, very helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and sleep so that we can pass the time here. Once again, you run at the head of your warriors, the weight of your father's axe in your hands. And I didn't get the rest of it. Damn. And there we go. We got a cute little area here. Not bad at all. Doctor approves. Okay, let's see here. What do we need next? What can we craft here? We can craft a hoe, which we already have. We can craft wood arrows. I think we need leather scraps. So that's kind of the next material we're looking for. Specifically, we're looking for pigs. Piggy pigs. Which can help us craft leather items. As well as our first foodstuffs. I'm gonna go ahead and craft this here. And put this over here. Boom. Why are you trying to... Oh, but-um-bumch. Oh, trust me, there have been plenty of hoe jokes. So I'm just gonna craft a little path here. There we go. And let's go see if we can find some piggies. Yeah, piggy. Alrighty. You might be a redneck. I used to love those specials. Ooh, we got a skelly. Oh. We might be too weak to take on the skelly. Oh, we might die here. Oh no! I don't know if I can tangle with the skelly. He's a little too scary for me. He's a 1-star skelly too. Oh no! And I'm at like 11 health. Let's see if we can do this. Nope. As it turns out, we in fact cannot tangle with that guy yet. Have I heard Larry the Cable Guy talk normal? I have not. I have bought his cornbread mix, and to be honest with you, it was It was okay. I have seen Foxworthy live though, which was a lot of fun. I also saw oh god, who's the one that drinks wild turkey? Tater Tot. Oh god, what the hell is his name? Ron White, thank you. Thank you very much. I saw Ron White twice. In Vegas. Lot of fun. Loved him. Absolutely loved him. My father-in-law, my previous father-in-law, Terrible marriage. But I actually really did enjoy my in-laws. They were the best part of the marriage. Which is probably a weird thing to say. Like, if you enjoy your in-laws more than you actually enjoy the relationship with your wife, that might be an indicator that there's a problem there. Just saying. Just saying. Anyways, father-in-law was really, really cool, and he was a huge Ron White fan, so we took him to see Ron White in Vegas, and love the guy. Was rolling throughout the entire time. He did some of the bits that he did for the Jeff Foxworthy comedy thing, but he also did some new stuff as well, which was great. But at the end of it, well, his thing is like he drinks wild turkey while on stage, right? He's a huge Scotch drinker. And at the end of it, he had maybe a half a bottle of wild turkey Scotch left, which he signed and gave to my stepfather in the audience. So that was really cool. So my previous stepfather has a bottle of wild turkey that I think he still has that's signed by Ron White, which is really, really cool. And he got a picture of it with him and Ron White. The best Ron White skit was talking about his in-laws being loaded. Yeah, I know, right? I like the van one. Well, Ron, you could have gotten a Mercedes-Benz. Like, yeah, well, got a bed and back, got a place where I can. Yeah. If you don't know the end of that joke, look it up. I'm not sure it's Twitch appropriate. So we got some necks here. I don't know why they're called necks. Maybe because they have none. But they're a pretty good source of food early in the game, because they drop things like neck tails. You suffered a mortal blow. Each time you were struck down, you will forget a smart part of your abilities. Actually, yeah, that's another good point too. Is when you die, notice up there you see no skill drain. It says no skill drain. But each time you die, you actually lose a portion of your skills. So you don't want to be dying a lot. You want to make sure that you pick your battles. You can't go running headlong into dudes, because you will lose a significant portion of your experience and your skills. Think of it like hardcore Diablo 2, if any of you play Diablo 2. Eventually, the experience loss is... eventually, it's just better to run away from fights rather than trying to pick fights that you're not sure you can win. So basically, like I said, what I'm looking for is pigs. Piggy pig. Oh, and there's one right there. Hello, sir. Troops! How you doing, my friend? Good to see ya. How you doing? Piggy, 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 piggy. Piggy, piggy, piggy. So right now, we are absolutely slaughtering these things. Eventually, though, we're going to want to tame some of them. And taming provides a kind of a consistent source of both food and leather. And I'm... murdered a pig and shroom walks in. I know, right? No! Oh. Yeah. That's gonna happen a lot. by the way. That's gonna happen a lot. Especially early on in the game. So, now we're naked. If you notice, we've dropped all of our stuff. So we can actually go back, and we will go back and grab all of our stuff. And this game does track where you die. So if I pull up my map here, it'll actually show you where you died, so you can look at all your failures and weep. So day 3, day 3. And it will also drop... Hey! Okay, this is a fun little part of the game, too. Is, there are fish, and the fish do jump out of the water, and occasionally they jump on land. So, that's what happened there, is the fish jumped out of the water onto the land. And now we've got a fish. That's a big fish, I know. That's a pike. And if you ever see pikes in real life, my dad and I go fishing every single year up north. And we fish for walleye pike, which is slightly smaller. Walleye pike can usually get up to like 30 inches. Most of them are like 24 inches, so they're pretty solid fish. Northern pike, though, are massive fish. They're huge. Huge. So are muskies, and they're hyper aggressive as well. Fun to catch, though. Alrighty, where did I die? I died over here. So, oh, there's a lot of pigs here. Up. Let's see here. Dodge, duck, weave, wee. So you'll notice that it gave us a little indicator of where we died. You just click that, ow, and it'll give you your stuff back. Come here, pig. Oh, it's a 1-star pig. So let me survive this, and then we can talk about monster levels. So I might have wanted to keep that pig. I'm actually looking for a 2-star pig, which are extremely rare. But different monsters will have different levels, which are indicated by a little star. And that basically is an indication that they do more damage, they have more life, they also have more armor, and they drop more resources. So when you're breeding and raising pigs, it's good to have like a bunch of 1-star pigs, because they actually breed faster and they give more resources than a regular pig does. Instead, we just killed the crap out of that, but, you know. I'm over here just farming the leather. That's what we're looking for, is leather scraps. There's a deer. Oh, shoot. Now, another neat thing about this game, too, and one of the things that really blew my mind when I first noticed it, is you'll notice at the top of our little... right here, you'll see a little arrow here. And if you notice, there's like little particles kind of flying in the air. That's our wind indicator. That shows us where the wind is blowing. It's important for a couple of reasons. One, when we actually start building a boat, the wind is going to determine what direction we're sailing in, and how fast we're sailing. So you do have like boxed sails, so you can sort of control, you know, where exactly you're going when you're sailing. But if you're trying to sail into the wind, you're not going to go anywhere at all. The other thing that means is that animals can smell you in this game. So if you're approaching a deer from upwind, or excuse me, from downwind, and the wind's blowing directly to them, they will know you, or they will know you're there. and it'll spook them, and they'll run. So if you're hunting deer, you want to make sure that you're coming in upwind of them, so the wind is like blowing towards you. That way, they won't smell you as you're hunting them, and you can get close enough that you can either stab them with a knife or hit them with an axe, or you can shoot them. Really, really neat function. I love that they actually do the wind function here. It also affects, well, it affects other things, but we can get into that later. Yeah, love the weather effects in this game. Very, very cool. I'm gonna go ahead and eat a strawberry, get our little food buff there, and continue our hunt for pigs. Piggy, piggy, piggies. Piggy, 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 piggies. And I love, love, love how beautiful this game is. I mean, it's just so gorgeous. So if you're actually Shrooms, you're a pretty big Minecraft aficionado. I think you'd love this game. It's a little less chill than Minecraft is. A little bit more of the survival sort of aspect. But it's a lot of fun. We got a little abandoned village here. And grab some raspberries here. Let's check out to see if there's anything in these little huts here. And here we got a chest. What do we got in the chest? We got some coins, which I still don't quite know what we actually use it for. And then we got some flint. Now, flint is the next sort of crafting item that helps you unlock a lot of different other items. So you saw that we can now craft a flint spear. We got the recipe for a flint spear. We got a recipe for a upgrade for our crafting table. We got a couple other things which we'll check out later. I'm still gonna go on our hunt for piggies. Piggies, piggies, piggies. Now, the other thing I'm looking for as we're out here sort of exploring our little area is something called Black Forest. And you'll notice when you get into a Black Forest, because the trees will actually change. They'll move from sort of beech and birch, which are these right here, maybe a little bit of oak, and they'll turn into pine and fir trees. And that's sort of the next area after the meadows that we'll be going to. A little ways before we get to the point where we're farming the Black Forest. I just kind of want to find where the border is. And the way biomes work in this game is that you will always spawn in a meadow. Always. I know that there's some like mods out there that can kind of adjust that. But if you're just running the base game, you will always spawn in sort of the meadow area. And then there's sort of a formula that the game uses, the seed uses to calculate where different biomes are. So a swamp biome, for example, has a particular chance to... There's the bees. That's what we're looking for, folks. Let's see if I can do this without dying. I might actually die. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. I'm gonna go out here. So notice I'm poisoned, I'm very gassy, and I'm going to hopefully not die. Oh my goodness, that was close. So they will sting you. The bees are somewhat aggressive. They do not like you in their turf. Go figure, right? But I'm gonna go back in there and see if I can knock it down. So the way the biomes work is you always spawn in a meadows. And what the game does is once you get past a certain point of your starting point, let's say 2,000 yards, then there's a chance for a particular biome to spawn. So that's usually Black Forest. Black Forest is usually the like the next biome that spawns after meadows. So the game will check and say, hey, there's a chance for Black Forest to spawn in this particular location. It does a roll check, and it either spawns it or it doesn't. And then that's the same thing for the next one after that, which is Swamp. I think the spawn for a swamp is like 3 to like 5,000 yards out or something like that. And it'll be like, okay, so here's a chance for this biome to spawn. And it'll continue to do that throughout the game, right? So exploration is a huge component of this game because you have to go out. You will not have. There's not a very high chance that all of these biomes will spawn close to your starting point. So you have to go out and explore. There's no way. Oh my God, this thing is not dying. All right. I'm sorry, bees. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh my God. I was hoping to get it, but it's not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mark it on my map here and then try to come back with a bow and maybe do this the safe way. Bees! Oh, something's shooting at me. What's shooting at me? I don't see anything. So remember when I said nighttime was a very scary time to be out? Oh, yep, that's why. Oh, there's a skelly. And I'm at 5 health. Oh, no. Nope, we're running. We are hella running. Whee! I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to disturb you. I apologize. It's a 1-star skelly with very little health. Spooky, scary skeletons. Let's see if we can get the pigs to aggro it. Nice! Thank you, Mr. Piggy. I appreciate you. Nope. I don't want any of that. No, sir. No, piggy. No piggy. No pig off! Flip! Ah! Oh. Tear.
Finish him.
So I'm gonna go ahead and rest and pass the time so we don't run into any skeletons while we go to retrieve our body. As it turns out, trying to comment and play at the same time, it's a skill. It's a skill. Streaming is a skill, folks. Streaming is a skill. The other thing you'll notice too, you heard me sort of like struggling for breath there. You can drown in this game. You can absolutely drown in this game if you run out of stamina in the middle of swimming. So it's also something to be careful for. You will get faster as you continue to swim, but especially early in the game, it's a little hard to manage. Spooky, scary skeletons. Alright, where's our body? And honestly, I probably pushed my luck a little bit trying to get that stupid bee thing. So there we are, right there. Hey, here's something else to look at here. Oh, can it? Yep. So this is oak. This will actually give you a different type of wood than the beech trees that we've been kind of knocking down. It'll give you core wood, I believe. Or is it fine wood? It might give you fine wood, which unlocks different crafting things. But you need a better axe to actually chop that down, because it is a hardwood. Giggity. All right. What do we got here? Oh, we got some boar meat. Perfect. Oh, there's the piggies. They're still kind of ticked off. Oh, no, 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 sir. No, no, sir. I want none of this. X does not want to give it to me. No. Okay. Ooh. Man, those piggies are angry. Oh my goodness. Oh god, I'm being attacked by pigs. Okay, alright, I think I get... Whew. Alright. Alright, we're good. We were successful at our pig murdering. Okay, I'm gonna grab all these little raspberries here. What do we got here? Oh, we got another boar. We got another boar. Awesome. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and head back since we've got some pretty decent amount of leather scrap. Then I'm also going to go along the shoreline here and try to pick up flint. Because flint will also help us unlock a lot of very useful items. And you can usually find flint along the shoreline. And you'll notice that there are... So this is regular stone here. If you look at sort of the shape and the color of flint, pretty easy to see it. Got kind of a smooth surface to it. Alrighty. What are we doing on time? We're 11:24? So what we'll do is I will get back to the house. And we'll run a little bit of an ad break here to make sure we're getting rid of those pre-rolls. That's right, I punched you. What are you going to do about it, huh? Nothing. Because you're dead. That's right. These hands, rated E for everyone. Get wrecked, sir. Riggedy wrecked. Grabbing some of that. Grabbing some of that. Yes, give me all the flint. Oh, that's stone. I don't want that. Stone. Flint. Alright. Got some more flint. Flint. Alright, how much do we have? We have a pretty decent amount. Actually, I'm gonna wait for my stam to regen before I jump in there. Then we're gonna run, jump! Eee! And here we are, back at home. And so, after our epic battle with those boar, you'll notice that we've got some boar meat up here. Right there, right there. Now, the cool thing you do is you can cook that boar meat, and that'll actually give you another... some more advanced meals. And I'll show you what it actually gives you here in a little bit. It takes a little bit for the boar meat to get cooked. You want to make sure that you cook it to a fine medium rare. A little bit of pink. And then you get cooked boar meat. So let's check out this. Cooked boar meat, an earthy taste. It will give you a buff to your health by 30 and stamina by 10. So one of the things you'll notice here is that berries will give you more stamina as opposed to health, whereas meat will give you more health as opposed to stamina. So as you kind of advance in the game, you'll find some of the best combinations of food to get the most buffs that you want. So I'm actually going to save that boar meat here for when we actually need it, because we don't need it right now. Cook some more. And we've got some leather scraps here. Let's see what we can do with leather scraps. Go over here to our workbench. Note that we can now craft a crude bow. Bam! There we go. We got a crude bow. And we've already crafted some arrows to go with our bow as well. I'm going to go ahead and equip those arrows. And now we got a handy bow, so we can start going out and hunting deer, which is the next thing that we want to be doing, because we want to collect leather. I am still running around in nothing but a rag tunic, and I have no pants. And, you know, that's just unsightly. Nobody wants to see my butt, you know, wagging around while I'm, you know, saving Valhalla from whatever threat there is. So we're gonna craft some pants as soon as we can. We're gonna craft a leather tunic as well. And then we'll be getting pretty close to where we can start fighting the first boss. So I am going to finish cooking this, repair my stuff. put some of this junk in here. Just clear it out as much as I can. Fish. We actually need another sort of chest. So let's build that right here. There we go. You're gonna pick up a lot of junk in this game. I do recommend saving everything you can until you figure out its use. Because sometimes an item's use is not apparent until a little bit further on in the game. Something like amber, for instance, or resin, excuse me, is not going to be, like, its use is not going to be very apparent until you can start crafting torches. Resin is a very important ingredient for torches, for lighting, but you won't get that until a little later on. Actually, we might be able to craft it now. I didn't think to check. That's 2. Okay, so you can actually craft it right now. But things like, eventually when you get to the Black Forest, you'll start collecting things called dwarf eyes that don't have an immediate use, but are actually very, very important when you start building things like portals. So yeah, save everything. Save everything. You know, we'll definitely build a little bit of a better crafting, or excuse me, storage system here than what we've got. This is just gonna kind of function as a starting crafting area. But anyways,
Is there gonna be any nudity?
you know, there might probably, you know, some Viking butt cheeks flapping around. I'm gonna grab some more coffee, folks, and I will be back, and we'll continue with this Valheim, and we'll finish off with some anticipated games coming out this year that I plan on playing on stream, and then we'll look at rating out someone else. So thanks for sticking around, folks. I will be back in probably like 2 or 3 minutes. Alrighty, folks. Ooh, either. Yeah, solid one. How about ether? There. Whoop. Oh no, we don't have a W. Air is a good one. Tire. Okay. That's not a word. Whoop. That is also not a word. I am not an English major, folks. Shoot, I got nothing. I got nothing. Your brain is not functioning. I know, Abby. I'm the same way. Hey, how you doing? Oh no. Here we go. That's it. That's it. Well done! Hey! We did it! We got 2 stars! Good job! Little shrooms taking the cake. Look at that. God dang, you're a little smarty pants. GG, folks. GG. GG. God, that is awesome. I love that game. I love word games so much. I loved Words with Friends. I loved Wordle, too, when it was still a thing. Though I haven't played Wordle... God, I think in like 3-4 months, maybe? It's been a hot minute. Shrooms does got the brains. They are smarty pants for sure. Smarty pants for sure. All right, so here's kind of the plan. We got 11:41. I think what I'm going to do is we'll try to play a little bit more Valheim, maybe about 10-15 minutes of it, and then we're going to go talk a little bit about the games that are coming out in 2023. And there's a lot. It is a good time to be a gamer, folks. There's so much coming out in January, February, and March, and later on this year. And then we'll also talk about some of the games that are not coming out, which are somewhat of a disappointment. You own Valheim and you think you've played it once? God, it is... I'll save the opinions for the end of stream. But yeah, this honestly, very few games have really captured my attention as much as Valheim has. I severely underrated this game. Severely underrated this game with how amazing it was. But yeah, we'll talk about it a little later. Let us jump back into the game, though. Yay! And I love the music so much. It's such a fantastic... Like, they did such a great job at building this world. The sound design is brilliant. I love the different effects. It's so cool. And like I said, I can show you some of the more advanced features a little later. So what were we doing? What were we doing, chat? We were doing something productive, genius, I imagine, because you know. Hope Silk Song comes out too. Me too. I am so excited for Silk Song. I've not done my full playthrough of the original game. I forget what happened. I think I just lost my something was going on that I think I started streaming it way back in like May, I want to say, and just never finished it on stream. So maybe that's something we can revisit. One of my New Year's resolutions is to go back and revisit all the games that we did not finish in 2022, because there's quite a few of them. Scorn was another one that we started, and I mean, I'm sorry, folks. I love Geiger. I am a huge Geiger fan. I love Aliens. I love the worlds and the art and just the idea of like biopunk, as well as like the ethical and moral questions that biopunk poses. I get super deep in this. A huge fan of it, and so when they originally spoiled that there was going to be a game based on Geiger's work, I was all for it. And once I got into playing it, I think they did a really cool job, or a really great job of building the worlds. There just wasn't any story. I mean, the story was there, right? They were telling a story, but it just didn't really capture me in the way that I was hoping. So it just kind of burned out for me, which is why I never finished it. But I do think that that's one of the ones that I want to go back and revisit. There were a couple of games that also came out that I missed out on. We will be playing Chernobylite, which is a first-person shooter, narrative shooter, which I'm excited to dig into. I've heard really, really great things about it. We'll play a little bit more Valheim. But yeah. We'll kind of talk about what's coming up on stream, and what y'all can look forward to here shortly. I also have some plans in the works for some D&D streams, which I'm super excited for. I am a new convert to the D&D scene, but my last playthrough, absolutely loved it. So I'm working with a couple of other people to try to do some more D&D content. Really excited about that too. So we got a few things coming. You'd love to learn some D&D? Awesome. Yeah, I think we'll try to get a group of maybe 4 or 5 people together to get a good party, and then just kind of learn. I'm definitely a D&D neophyte. There we go. So, chopping block, which we used our flint for and some of our wood, lets us upgrade our workbench. So, if we check out our workbench now, you'll notice there's a lot more things that we can craft here. So we've got flint axe, flint knife, wood shield, wood tower shield, flint spear, torch, and then we can also upgrade some of our stuff too, if we want to. So my goal is to start getting to a point where we can start upgrading our bow. So we need deer hide for it, and leather scrap, and some wood. We have the leather scrap already, we need deer hide. So I'm gonna go out and start hunting some deer. And if you're ever kind of lost in this game, wondering, okay, what do I need to do? Because it can be pretty easy to get lost in this. Similar to like Minecraft, right? There's just so many directions you could go, it can be hard to kind of pick one. Hugin will give you some general tips on what you need to do next. Brilliant little handy dude. The bosses also work as a way to help guide players to the next area. So here we've got Eikthyr, which means that that's kind of our goal. Once we get to the point where we're taking on Eikthyr, we'll get another boss, and then that boss will lead us to the next area. So it's kind of a way of guiding us along this path. Passively guiding us along this path, which is one of the things that I felt Elden Ring did a pretty decent job with. Gotta go eat some lunch, so I'll be lurking. No problem! Shrooms, thanks for dropping by and hanging out, my friend. I really appreciate it. And yeah, definitely with you on the Silk Song, too. I have to check out. Really looking forward to Silk Song. But first, we gotta finish Hollow Knight. But anyways, yeah, so similar to Elden Ring, it's the bosses that kind of help guide players along. So we're gonna exit out here. Let's go shoot some deer. So I got my arrows, I got my pretty crappy crude bow. And we're just going to go and see if we can find some deer. So as I mentioned earlier, animals can be alerted of your presence via the wind. So you gotta make sure that when you're approaching anything, really, that the best thing to do is to do it from a position where the wind isn't blowing directly to them, because you'll spook them. So I'm just kind of pulling up my map, seeing where I'm going. We're going to follow this ravine a little bit north. We might reach a point where we'll just go ahead and cross the ravine. Yeah, it's going to be a little hard to get over this. I haven't really found if there's like a particular area that deer spawn more in. They tend to, or they seem to just, you know, spawn in forests. And all different types of forests equally. Although I've seen some out in meadows. We're just gonna go slipping away. Gonna try to reach this other side here before we drown. Yay! Eat some of that boar meat that we cooked. Get the benefits of that. And then we were back to hunting. And honestly, hunting can be one of the most... yes! Can be one of the most frustrating things about this game. It's kind of like true to real life. When you're looking for something, you can never find the flippin' thing. When you're not looking for something, they seem to pop up everywhere. Like the fundamental truth of life, I guess. But you'll notice, see how those trees are different than these trees here? That signifies that there's a change in the biome. So I said earlier in the stream that one of the things we're looking for is the Black Forest, because that'll give us our next sort of level of crafting materials. This is the Black Forest. So we're gonna jump in here. And notice the sound, the audio cue. And you'll notice that at the top of our screen right here, you'll see that the it'll tell you that you've reached the Black Forest. Turn back! This is a dangerous place. You have wandered into the Black Forest. This place can be very dangerous for those unprepared for it. Prove your worth by slaying Eikthyr. So what it's telling us, basically, is that we shouldn't go into this area until we've at least killed Eikthyr. It's kind of a gear check. Eikthyr is kind of a gear check. And that's kind of how the bosses function. So before you advance into the next biosphere, you want to make sure that you can at least kill the boss of the biosphere that you're in at the moment. So in this particular case, we're trying to kill Eikthyr, which is the boss of the meadows. Now, you can go to the next biosphere, and you can advance relatively far in it. But what the bosses do is they actually drop materials, crafting materials, which will help you craft the next level of gear. So even though you can gather resources, damn it, there were deer there and we scared them because of this dude. While you can advance to the next field and you can like gather resources from those areas, there's a high likelihood that you won't be able to really craft anything of use until you kill the boss. It's kind of the way that they gear gate it. Alright, check in here. Oh, there's another bee. Okay. Round 2, fight. Nice. Okay, cool. So we're gonna wait for the bees to disperse there a little bit because they are pissed off. And look at that! So we got a couple of things. We got honey, which is a fantastic starting food. If you look at it here, it gives you 8 health, 35 stamina compared to berries, right? 7 health, 20 stamina. So that's an extra 15 stamina that this thing gives you. And it gives you a queen bee. Now, the queen bee lets you craft what's the word? Beehive. It lets you craft a beehive. So you can reliably harvest honey back at your house. Very, very key item, especially beginning of the game. When you're really hurting for food items. Bam! Haha!
Finish him!
What's up now, piggy? Can't hurt us when we've got 2 food buffs. So there's some more railings we're gonna kill here. They're more of an annoyance at this point. They don't really drop anything of worth outside of like amber. That's really what they're used for, but I'm not really interested in farming amber at this point. Or excuse me, resin. We are looking for deer. And as soon as I hit... Oh, there it is. You see it, chat? See it right there? So we're gonna go sneaky sneak. So like Oblivion, sneak also is a skill. And it also takes stamina. Oh, there's 2 of them. So if we time it right, we can kill both of them here. Alright, I'm gonna wait for my thing to return. Now, the arrows do arc. Nice, we got him. Get out of my face, sir! Rude! Alright, so we got 1 deer. Alright, crouch here. See, there's 2 more over there that we're gonna try to get. Oh, we spooked him! No! Shoot! Shoot! No! Oh, you see that? Nailed them! Nailed both of them. I don't see any more deer. Nice. All right. That's what we were looking for, folks. So we got 2 deer hide. So you're gonna need to hunt a lot of deer for some of the higher level items. Like if you're trying to build leather armor, you got leather pants, you got leather hat, and to upgrade the bow, of course. So we're gonna need a lot of materials from these guys. But that... is a pretty good stopping point. So yeah, we'll continue on with Valheim throughout the week, or throughout the next month or so. We'll revisit this game. Oh, I said I would show you what a more advanced sort of area will look like. So let's do that. So I will show you sort of the first world that I started a little while ago. Now this isn't super advanced. I think we just killed Eikthyr. I've got another server that I'm on with friends where we just made it to the swamp boss. And so there are like exponential differences in the different areas. let's check this out. I'll see if I can actually find my my home here. Back off, dude. Seriously. Rude. So rude. I think it's over here. Let's see if I can remember it. Yeah, no worries, Hammer. Thanks for dropping by. I love this game. Absolutely love this game. We will be playing more of it for sure on stream. My goal is to get to the Mistlands, which is a brand new patch that they just put into the game that offers a whole slew of different crafting materials, new area to explore, new weapons. So yeah, we will definitely be returning to this game on a regular basis. I am back to teaching next week. For those of you who are new to the stream, I teach at a university. And so my streaming schedule usually varies with my class schedule. I've got a pretty heavy one this semester too. I'm teaching 2 courses, and then I'll be co-teaching a third, which is a advanced PhD level course. Super excited. It's my first PhD level course that I've co-taught. And it's Intro to College Student Theory, College Student Social Theory. So we'll be digging into the works of Chisholm, Tinto. I love Tinto. Fantastic dude. Bronfenbrenner. And yeah, just digging into how to best support our students. All right, I'll be honest with you, folks. I'm kind of lost, so we might have to do this next stream. Just give them all A's. Ah. I mean, my students do know that I'm a streamer, so they've been in chat before. I don't think they've ever identified themselves, but they do pop in from time to time. But unfortunately, I cannot give everybody A's. Although I absolutely hate the A-B grading system. I think it's terrible. And a carryover from the industrial model of education. So A's and B's. The only reason we're really using A's and B's at this moment in time is because that's what we've used, rather than them actually being a good measure of someone's mastery of the content. But that's a story for another time. I'll have to look for my other base, folks. I'm sorry. I just want to be mindful of the time. I could literally spend hours trying to find my old base here, and I don't know if that's going to be very effective. So, yeah, like I said, we'll definitely be revisiting this game. But yeah.
Oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again.
All right, so that's Valhiem. Absolutely love this game. Fell in love with it. It is so flippin' amazing. Can't talk enough about it. Like I said earlier in the stream, it really hit me by surprise. I was not expecting to like the game as much as I did. But you know, the gameplay is there. I think they did a really great job with the crafting system. The combat is actually, it's simple to pick up, but relatively difficult to master, which is something that I love. I love that about anything that I play. Yeah, highly recommend it. If you love crafting games, if you love something with a little bit of an RPG-esque mix to it, if you love exploration, Valhiem is the game for you. It is currently, I think, like $13.99 on Steam. 100% worth it. I have literally put, at this point, like 8 or 10 hours into the game itself. Now probably about 20 hours into the game itself, and there's just so much to do. It's such a girthy game that it is so worth the value. And it is constantly being updated. It is early access, so there are some bugs that they're trying to work out. But even with those bugs, it is 100% worth that price point. Like, without a doubt. I usually don't recommend early access games, nor do I necessarily play early access games. Just because they're early access. They're unfinished. By definition, they are unfinished. But this one I feel comfortable enough. Like, there's enough there that I can highly, highly recommend it. Tell them to roll a d20 and let fate decide. Critical fail. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But no, I use a process called ungrading, which is a theory that's based in critical paradigms. But yeah, so let's get into this. Most anticipated games of the season. Now, I am super excited to talk about this. So S, I am super hyped. We'll definitely be streaming this. A, not as hyped, but I will probably be streaming it. B and C, I'll probably play in my off time. Probably won't be playing it. Probably won't be playing it on stream. And then the D, E, and Fs, I probably won't be playing at all. Or if I do, it'll be after I play all of these things. So let's talk about the games. There are so many games that are coming out this season. We got a lot more tidbits coming out of the Game Awards, some spoilers. We've got Hades 2, which I loved Hades 1. Such a wonderful gameplay loop, wonderful story, loved the characters. I think it was a fantastic way of approaching sort of roguelites in general. And I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with it. So Hades, for me, S tier. Easy S tier. We'll definitely be playing the hell out of it on stream. Super, super excited about it. Can't wait. Really eager to see some gameplay coming out as well. Kind of along those lines. I have played Callisto Protocol off stream. Enjoyed it relatively well. It was okay. It had its bugs. Did not like the ending. But I do like the whole concept of horror games in space. So Dead Space, super looking forward to it. We'll definitely be playing it on stream. I'd probably give it a B or A. I loved the original Dead Space. It's not as high. I'm not as excited. Like, when I think S tier, I think of like, oh my god, I can't wait to play this. Dead Space isn't that for me, but I am looking forward to playing it on stream and seeing where it goes. So for me, that's an A. And we might shift these depending on where the rest of the games are. Hey, Koi Fish! How you doing, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. So we're just kind of talking about different games that are coming out. What are y'all's most anticipated games of 2023? What are y'all looking forward to? Just out of curiosity. So I don't know if you know this about me, folks. I've played it on stream before. Diablo 2 Resurrected. Very chill game for me. It hits that. When I play Diablo, I am brought back to my grandparents' basement where my cousins and I would play the original Diablo for hours on end. Just hanging out and, drinking Coke, eating ice cream, and like killing Diablo over and over again. There's something very nostalgic about Diablo for me, which is why Diablo Immortal was such a flipping disappointment. And if anyone can screw up a good thing, Lord knows Blizzard can. So I might be smoking the copium here. Admittedly, I might be smoking the copium here. I loved Diablo 2. I loved Diablo 2 Resurrected. It is still the game that I play. I probably have more hours clocked in to Diablo 2 than any game I have ever played, period. Still play it when I'm off stream, because there's something about it that just like hits that sort of gambling mode for me. So Diablo 4 is a hype. Now, this is not... I don't expect it to be good. I don't know what that says about me. But I am super hyped for it. I can't help it. It is definitely 100% nostalgia factor for me. Really, really looking forward to see what they do with the franchise. I hope to God that they bring the High Rune system back. High Runes were fantastic. They definitely... It's like pulling a slot machine in game form. For those of you who don't know, Diablo 2 are... That's the best comparison that I can make for it. It is very much like gambling, and I love it. It is so amazing. I do hope that they do some balancing if they do bring High Runes in, that they do some better jobs balancing it, because what ended up happening is the weapons that you made and the armor that you made from rune words were just so much better than all the set items and the unique items that it made unique items kind of superfluous, which I hate. One of the systems that did kind of get spoiled not too far back is that they're taking sort of a page out of WoW's book. And for those of you who've played WoW recently, one of the systems that they added is that you can actually create set bonuses on different types of armor. So rather than having a set bonus be specifically tied to this particular armor, which drops at this particular location, you can actually craft it to fit different pieces of armor, right? Diablo has a very similar system where specific unique abilities of legendaries, you'll actually be able to pull off legendaries and put it on different weapons. I think it's an interesting take on it. I'm kind of curious to see how it plays out in the gameplay sense. I don't know. But again, like, this is not representative of my thoughts that it's going to be a good game. This is 100% nostalgia, but I will be playing Diablo 4 on stream, 100%. In that similar vein, Baldur's Gate was one of my favorite games ever, bar none, period. It uses, I think the first one used the 2E rules set. Don't quote me on that. But it was my first introduction to the D&D world. Loved every minute of it. Minsk and Boo are probably my favorite characters ever created in a video game. And for those of you who don't know what Minsk and Boo is, look them up. They're fantastic. Boo is a space hamster. Yes, I said that right. It's a space hamster. So cute. Love it. From what I've seen, I have deliberately been keeping away from spoilers. From what I've seen, though, in Baldur's Gate, it's looking phenomenal. Highly, highly interested in it. This is definitely going to be an S tier for me. I don't know what I'll roll for my first character. I'm thinking Bard. What they've said is that there's thousands of lines that they've recorded specifically for Bard, so I think that would just be a fun streaming experience. So Bard, so Baldur's Gate, definitely up there. We're definitely going to be streaming it. Really, really looking forward to it. Blood Bowl 3. Yeah, Blood Bowl 3. I played Blood Bowl 1, have not played Blood Bowl 2, but I really enjoyed it. I like how brutal it is. For sure. Assassin's Creed. Okay, folks. The latest Assassin's Creed productions have been a solid meh for me. Valhalla was cool. I enjoyed it. I liked the Viking take on it. It was a neat world to explore. It definitely appeals to the history geek in me. I love history. That was my original first college major, my first degree that I got in. was in art, specifically in physical archaeology. So I wanted to be an archaeologist. I actually worked on dig sites. It was one of my first jobs out of college, as I actually worked on a dig site doing cultural resource management. Still love the historical aspect for me, very much like driven to that. And that's one of the things that appealed for me in the Assassin's Creed, was exploring these old worlds and learning about how much time and effort and research they went into building these worlds. But from a gameplay standpoint, solid meh. Could not keep my attention whatsoever. And, you know, I also have ADHD, so it takes a lot. it definitely takes a lot to keep my attention in a game. I am also a very story-driven person, and there got to a point in Assassin's Creed series where you're like, what the fuck is the story here? What are they going for? I don't know what's going on. There's some weird, like, previous hyper advanced civilizations, and they're trying to stop this extinction event, but they couldn't, so they converted their consciousness into computers and whatever. It just got so convoluted, and it just lost me. So to be honest with you, I'm a solid meh. I think C is a pretty good spot for this. I'm just not there. Arc 2. I loved Arc. I loved the world. I loved dinosaurs. I love high technology. I loved, building up, your technology with friends. It's one of the reasons why I love Valheim. Super looking forward to this world and seeing what they do with it. Probably not going to be streaming it, to be honest with you. This is more of a sort of a me game. I'm probably putting it at a B. What else do we got? Alan Wake. Have not played Alan Wake on stream. I've seen others play Alan Wake. Thought it was cool. I don't know if it's something that I'd be interested in playing. It's more of a, we'll check it out and see. I'm kind of at a B with this. Forspoken. I had a chance to play the demo over the weekend. This was probably my most anticipated game coming out of the Summer Games Fest and the different shows that it was featured in. Played the demo, liked what I saw for the most part. I like the world. I'm really interested in the story. I kind of like the spell casting system. It seems interesting. There's some depth there. I like that the different abilities kind of change depending on what items you have crafted, and the fingernail polish, which I thought was really, really cool. I do have some issues with it, though. There weren't a lot of varieties of enemies. It's a demo, so there's only so much that I can tell from a demo. So I'm kind of in, I don't know. I'm maybe like a B+. Like, I might stream it. I don't know. I think I'm at an A here for this one. We'll see. Final Fantasy. If you look on my About page, one of the things you'll notice is that Final Fantasy VII is my most favorite game of all time, period. From a narrative standpoint, from a gameplay standpoint, it was genre defining. For a while, GameFAQs, which was an old game rating system, literally used Final Fantasy as the measure for RPG games. Like, it literally said something like 10 out of 10 Final Fantasy VII. It was the game for which all other games were measured to. Literally genre defining. Now they've had hit and misses. I actually really enjoyed 8. That's kind of an unpopular opinion for some, but I loved 8. I thought it was a good game. Also loved 9. 10 was fantastic. I thought it did a fantastic job in utilizing the new technology to really develop the world and develop the characters. I played both X2 as well, with the different where they brought back the job system and the different outfits. I thought that was cool. I really enjoyed that. The next couple of ones lost me, honestly, until I played Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO. My God, what a fantastic game series. Loved Final Fantasy XIV. The story was... I have never felt that emotionally impacted by a game since Final Fantasy VII. Ever. It was so good. If you haven't played Final Fantasy XIV and you're a fan of Final Fantasy World, highly recommend it. You return to the world of Invilis, and I don't want to spoil it too much, but it is epic. It is fantastic. And Shadowbringers Endwalker was such a great way to wrap up a massive epic storyline. It reinvigorated my love of Final Fantasy, so I am definitely putting this in sort of the hype. I love it. I am so excited to see where they go with the world. I have not played Crisis Core. I might play Crisis Core on my off time. I don't know if that's going to be a game I'm streaming, to be honest with you. But I do love the world. And I actually really enjoyed Final Fantasy VII Remake. So super excited to see where they go with that. Jedi! I loved the combination of sort of the FromSoft hard boss encounters, low enemies, but high challenge enemies. And I really do enjoy the storyline that came along with the Jedi game. I am curious in following this as well as we watch our is it Kai? I can't remember his name, as he kind of develops. And Lord knows, holy crap, Vader was awesome in that game. And I think that's one of the things you kind of lost in the movies. And you kind of lost too when Disney took over the franchise, is you never really got a sense for how incredibly powerful Darth Vader was. And they kind of bombed that in the prequel sequel movies as well. Phantom Menace and whatnot, is you never really got a sense of how incredibly powerful Anakin was as a person, as a Jedi. And that's one of the things I loved about Kenobi, is that it really did give you a sense of how incredibly, insanely powerful Vader was. Like, the dude, spoiler alert, literally ripped a starship out of the sky and ripped it apart. Like, it was just so epic. Loved it. And you kind of get a little bit of that in the end of The Last Jedi game too, where you're facing Vader and you just realize how incredibly outgunned you are, where all you can do is run and survive and hope to God that you live. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing how they sort of advance that story. So I'm probably putting this... I don't think it's quite as top tier as Baldur's Gate or Hades for me. I'd probably put this as at an A. Spider-Man. We will be playing Miles Morales on stream now that it's got a PC port. Really excited to check that out. Love the Amazing Spider-Man. I thought it was amazing. So definitely looking at excited to see Spider-Man 2. We'll probably be playing it on stream. I'm probably at an A, maybe a B. I think this was a B+. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Any thoughts out there? I think I'm putting it at B. Putting it at B. Silksong! Silksong! Shroom's one of Shroom's anticipated games. I think this is an A for me. I loved the original game. I'm still going through it. I haven't finished it. That's one of my sort of goals for 2023, is to finish it as part of the other games that we have not finished on stream. Super hyped. Love the world. Love the story. I love Metrovanias. Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. Symphony of the Night is probably one of my favorite games of all time. And I love the way they adapted the style. So super looking forward to playing this. That Silk Song, yes, yeah, absolutely. Probably gonna play this on stream for sure. Starfield. Talk about a controversial game. So basically, Skyrim in space. I love Skyrim. Yes, honey. We'll go to Grandma and Grandpa's over the weekend, honey. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh, she already said hi, folks. I'm sorry. I love Skyrim. Still do. I still play it on occasion. I love the idea of having a similar world but in space, and I love the idea of having just a different world to explore, a different world building experience. So again, this might be copium here, but I'm gonna want to. Whoop. Sorry, drop in some frames there, folks. That's weird. So I'm probably putting this at a. Where do we want to put this? Where do we want to put this? I'm gonna say a B. I might be playing this on stream. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. What do we got left? We got... Probably not. I'm gonna just take all the ones that I'm probably not gonna play and just put them down here. Maybe. Probably not. Probably not. Maybe. Probably not. I was never a big Rust fan. Definitely gonna be playing Outlast. Definitely gonna be playing this. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Maybe. Maybe. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Maybe. Definitely. Definitely. Okay, the rest of these I'll have to do a little bit more look into. But let's look at what we got here. There is going to be another Outlast Trials. For those of you who haven't seen my Outlast playthroughs, they should be still available on my VODs. I will also upload them to my YouTube channel. That's kind of working as my sort of video archives. Where do I put Outlast? I loved my Outlast streams. I did not care for the Whistleblower DLC. That was a solid meh for me. But the original Outlast was great. We have not played Outlast 2, and I know that there's an Outlast 3 that we have not played for. So I'm just solely going off of my experience with Outlast 1 and with the Whistleblower DLC. And for me, that's kind of a solid B. I think there are some things that they did well with the game. I loved the world. I loved the concept of, the resource management with the batteries. I loved the way that, only having the camera really as your item really helped build up the sense of tension, because you were just, right, there's nothing you could do except for run. And I really enjoyed that. Whistleblower sort of turned into this sort of grindhouse thing for me. It is similar to Saw, actually. That was my biggest issue with Saw. The first Saw was amazing. It was much more psychological. Yes, there was blood and there was some really, bits to it, but for the most part, Saw itself was a psychological horror. That's one of the things that it did really, really well. And then the rest of the sequels sort of dove, took a dive after that, and they kind of went more to this sort of grindhouse, hyper violence sort of thing. And it really sort of lost itself. Same thing with Outlast for me. At least when it came to the Whistleblower DLC. They focused so much on the blood and gore and the sort of mistakenly thought that blood and gore equaled horror. It does not. And it really lost the narrative, sort of the heart of what made it a fantastic horror game. I'm hoping this is a return to the original roots of it, where it's just a psychological horror, where it's about atmosphere and about building tension. And if it stays that way, I would be really excited to play Outlast Trials, as well as Outlast 2 and 3. I've heard mixed things about Outlast 2, and the same thing with Outlast 3. So we'll see. Yeah, thanks for the lurk, Lil Shrooms. I appreciate it, my friend. Terra Nil. I had the opportunity to play Terra Nil, the demo version of it, after the Summer Games Fest. Fell in love with the mechanic. It's a very, very chill game. We'll definitely be playing it on stream. I'm super excited with for seeing how this how the fully developed world plays out. Loved it. Highly excited to play the full game on it. Gord, I've seen a little bit of it. I don't know where I'm at. I'm probably like at a B with this. Wild Hearts, same thing. Really enjoyed the old Wild Hearts series. Moderately interested. I just don't know if I'm going to be playing it on stream. Dead Cell. Did not play Dead Cell. I liked what I saw. I definitely enjoy my Metrovanias. And the sort of hard difficulty factor to it, the challenge really kind of throws back to some of my more nostalgic tendencies. Because if you've ever played Lion King on the Super NES, my god, that game is tough. You want to talk about hard mode? Play Lion King on the SNES. Maybe we have to have a stream of some of the old games on this channel. Revisit some of those games that were so frustrating in my younger years, especially those Disney platformers. Same thing with Aladdin. Jesus Christ, that game. But anyways, I'm moderately interested. I'm kind of in a C, maybe. Hogwarts. You know for a fact we're going to be playing Hogwarts Legacy on stream. I don't care if it's going to be terrible. I don't care if people are like ragging on it right now. I will be playing the hell out of this. Because I am a Ravenclaw, and Ravenclaw's got to represent. So yeah, Rowena Ravenclaw. Thank you very much. Alrighty, folks. The rest of these, I don't know enough about to really say much. Suicide Squad, fine game, I guess.
Flawless victory.
Was just, hey, Parasan, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you for helping Beaker keep the lights on. Lord knows he needs all the help he could get, but really, really appreciate it. Doing old Home Alone. Really? Would y'all like to see a Home Alone stream? I could do that. I'd have to find an emulator for it, I think. But we could definitely do some Home Alone. I remember being incredibly frustrated at that game and hating my life. So yeah, we could definitely do that. I'd be okay with that. Games that are not coming out. So it pains me to say this, folks, but I don't know if Vampire the Masquerade 2 is going to happen. Talk about a game that's had so many high highs and so many low lows. You know, the pandemic hit a lot of development teams extremely tough. At one point, we thought Vampire the Masquerade 2 was canceled entirely. They got a brand new development team. They've got a new creative director. You know, we've heard a little bit about it, but for the most part, they've kind of gone silent. I love Vampire the Masquerade. I love the world of the darkness. I think it definitely needs to have a game. But to be honest with you, I don't know if we'll actually be seeing Vampire the Masquerade 2 anytime soon, if we see it at all. Which is unfortunate, because it was one of my most anticipated games of last year, because that's when it was supposed to come out. But yeah, we still do not have a reliable date on when that's coming out. Valheim still in early access. It is expected to see a few more updates and a few full release here soon. We'll definitely be playing that on stream. Same thing with V. I've had the chance to play through V off stream. Really enjoyed the world. I like the mechanics. I'm kind of interested in seeing how they develop that world. If we see a full release later on this year, we'll be playing that on stream too. I'm missing a few. What else is coming out this year? Games 23. Oh, sorry, folks. I keep forgetting that I have these tied to my number keys. So we talked about Final Fantasy. We talked about Star Wars. Talked about Hogwarts Legacy. Talked about Forspoken. Talked about Dead Space. Resident Evil 4. You know, I really enjoyed The Village. I haven't played Biohazard. I will be playing Biohazard on stream. Kind of excited to see what that's like. Didn't really like any of the Resident Evils after, I think, like 2. So I don't know if we'll be playing that on stream. Probably not. But yeah. I'm looking at it. That's pretty much the bulk of the big ones that are coming out or expected to come out this year. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of them as we get into the year. Oh, Redfall. I forgot about Redfall. Redfall looked interesting. We'll definitely be checking it out. I don't know if I'll stream it, but I will definitely be checking it out off stream. So those are the big ones that you can expect to see on stream this year, at the very least. Hades 2, Diablo 4, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy, Hogwarts Legacy, Dead Space, Forspoken, The New Jedi, Silksong, Terra Nil, and maybe these other. Actually, I'll commit to Spider-Man 2. I'll commit to Spider-Man 2. We'll definitely be doing Spider-Man 2. You think Payday might be the surprise? I'm hoping. I've played the first Payday. It was okay. It was okay. I'm moderately interested in seeing how it goes. So I am definitely willing to be surprised. And if it hits me in the right spot, we can definitely do a couple of streams. But I don't know. Are there any games that y'all would like see streamed on this channel? Need a Manhunt remake. That would be interesting. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that for sure. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about The Expanse. There's the Expanse game coming out as well. As well as Among Us. Snatcher CD emulator required. Sega CD emulator required. Oh, you mean for a game you want to see? You want to see Snatcher? Okay. Diablo 4 for sure. Oh yeah, we will definitely be playing Diablo 4 without a doubt. Without a doubt. I will check into Snatcher. Some other games I want to play on stream that actually came out last year that we never got to. King Arthur, which I've been following since it was on Kickstarter. It looks like a really interesting game. We will be playing Pathfinder as well. The only reason I haven't played it is it's a very extensive game. And I have no idea, like literal zero ideas about the Pathfinder rule set. Never played Pathfinder. So it should be an interesting game. And AI Somnium, I think is what it's called. We will be playing on stream as well. So quite a few games that are coming out that I am interested in. But I will definitely check into Snatchers. Snatchers, okay. I'm making a note of that. Okay, cool. Alrighty, folks. Thanks for kicking it with me. Really appreciate it.
to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again.
Alrighty. So that is it for our stream today. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting new games. There's a lot coming out this year. I'm sure we'll be adding to this list as well as we get into the season and as more things are spoiled. And of course, like, we've got Summer Games Fest coming up. We've got OTK. Assuming OTK is still going on. Have not checked Asmongold's feed, but I'm assuming they'll still do an OTK. Which will we'll see a lot of indie games come out of that to check out. So yeah, a lot of really cool things coming out. Really excited for this year as far as gaming goes. It's a good time to be a gamer. Good time to be a gamer. Let's see if we have anyone to raid out to. We've got We've got. Let's see here. Daniel and Maya. Daniel and Maya's a new one. Let's see if they're still playing. Oh, this is yesterday. No, they are not still playing. Who is live? We got Ziota. Ziota just went live. Let's see who I got. Yep, Ziota's still playing. Phasmophobia. Fantastic. All right, so we are definitely going to be rating Ziota. Fantastic streamer. Brand new member of the Madness community. And brand new affiliate, too. So make sure you give them a congratulations for hitting affiliate. They just recently did it, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Also previewing a bunch of emotes that I made for them too, that I'm super proud of. So yeah, we'll pop over, give Ziota some love. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Really appreciate it. It's so good to be back. Hope your year is starting off phenomenally. Hug someone you love, and we will see you on Friday. Oh, that reminds me. I mentioned that my schedule might be changing a little bit too. Since I'm going into a brand new teaching season, I will make sure to update that on my About page. Also, if you're ever curious about when I go live, you can follow me on Twitter as well. I continuously am posting on Twitter about different stream-related things. You can always check out if we're going to be delayed or if there's anything else going on too. I also post original artwork, original emotes, everything that I'm doing for the channel. I usually post on there as well, so you can check that out to check out stream updates. But thanks for hanging out with us, folks. Really appreciate it. Welcome back to the lab. You know, always appreciate your support. Hug someone you love. The doctor is out, folks. Take care. Bye-bye, all.
What the fuck is that? What the f is that? Come on!
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
Ah! God! Damn! Oh no! Robbed! Robbed! Oh, that was not what we wanted, Daggy. Dang it!
Yes, you're dead. We got it. Thank you. Stop being such a drama queen.